the sequence has 8 terms. Evaluate the series. This is a sequence. I want to evaluate the series, meaning I'm going to add all these numbers up. For this pattern, there's 8 numbers that would be here. I want to add all those up. The rule, if I want to add up 8 terms, it's S for summing, 8 terms. Now, you need to half the number of terms. How many terms did we have? 8. So the first part is halving the number of terms. And then the second part of the rule, or the formula, is to take the first term plus the last term. So if we take the first term plus the last term and half the number of terms, this will sum up the first 8 terms. We'll add up these all 8 terms. It's a real cool formula. You basically end up with 4 times 32, and 4 times 32 ends up being 128. Does that look right? So if you added up all these in this particular series, you get 128. This was a sequence. We made a series out of it and evaluated it. This one, we're evaluating the series because this is a series. Now, real quick, looking at this, is this infinite or finite? This is an infinite series, but does it tell you how far we're going? It says we're only going to go to 7 terms. So to do that, for the same formula over here, don't you need to know my 7th term? To get my 7th term, don't you need to first know the rule? So we first have to actually find A7. I need to find A7 to do anything. I know my first term. Oh wait, what's also my common difference? What's my common difference? Am I minusing 3? So what's my rule? If I'm minusing 3 each time, that'll be minus 3n. What number goes here? Wouldn't it be the number before 21? What goes before 21? If we're minusing 3, won't that be 24? So isn't that 24 minus 3n? That's the rule. Now how do you find the 7th term? Wasn't that 24 minus 3 times what? That'd be times 7. Put in 7. And what do you get? 24 minus 21, which is 3. So isn't the 7th term 3? If we kept the pattern going, the 7th term is 3. So how do we sum the first 7 terms? Well, we're going to half. What are we going to half? How many terms do we have? Are there 7 terms? Are we half in 7 terms? What's my first term? Wasn't it 21? What's my last term? Wasn't my last term 3? So my first term, my last term, number of terms, halving it. So that looks like we now have the sum of the first 7 looks like 7 over 2, and that's 24. Now before you get a decimal here, could I cancel the 24 divided by 2? Does that make it easier? Instead of getting this to be as decimal, can I just cancel this with this, leaving me 1 and 12? And 7 times 12? 7, is it 84? Yeah. So S7 is 84. So again, you got to first get the rule in order to get the last term. Once you have the last term, the first term, the number of terms, you can find it. Now, be careful. If this number ever is odd, do you understand that this is going to give you a fraction? But what's inside of here, most of the time, what's inside of here, we'll usually cancel with that and make it nice and easy multiplication. Usually it will.